Thought we'd start by taking a look at this rather charming drawing by a fella called Edmund Wilson back in 1900. Now, he did this drawing looking down a microscope at onion cells. Now, specifically, these onion cells were in the growing root tip of the onion. Now, because these cells were growing, that meant they were actively dividing and undergoing mitosis. Now, he may have taken a few artistic liberties in representing these cells because they look a little too perfect, but they do show quite nicely some of the different stages of mitosis that we're going to look at in more detail today. So we've got a number of cells here just sort of resting, which we're not too interested in, but we can see cells in the very early stages of mitosis here condensing their chromosomes down and generating more genetic material in advance of mitosis. We can see here cells very much in the midst of mitosis with those sister chromosomes being pulled to opposite ends of the cell. And then we can also see some cells over here that have just completed mitosis and are getting ready to undergo cytokinesis, whereby the cell splits in half and you end up with two daughter cells. So let's take a look at each of those stages in more detail by bringing in a diagram here. So hopefully you can remember there's four primary stages to mitosis. We've got prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, which gives you the handy acronym PMAT. A quick recap of what's going on in each of those stages. So in prophase, the cell's sort of getting everything ready, really. So we can see the mitotic spindles forming, and we can see the chromosomes condensing to form chromatids, and the nuclear envelope just beginning to break down. Now, before we go into metaphase, there's actually an important phase in the middle here called prometaphase. And this is the stage when everything gets lined up. So what you'll actually see is the spindles moving to either the pole of the cell and that nuclear envelope continuing to break down. That leads you nicely into metaphase, where you can see you've got the chromatids aligning on the equator of the cell attached to these mitotic spindles. Now, anaphase is when those daughter chromosomes begin to get pulled apart to either end of the pole, and this happens through those spindles shortening. Next comes telophase, and that's when we've got the chromosomes on either end of the cell, and we can see here the nuclear envelope beginning to reform, and the cleavage furrow forming here in advance of cytokinesis, whereby that cell will split in half and we'll end up with two identical daughter cells from the parent cell we started with. I thought it'd be nice to take a look at what that actually looks like in reality. So got another picture here to bring in. So this is electron microscopy images showing cells in those various stages. So we've got prophase up here, we've got metaphase, we've got anaphase, and telophase.